Hi, my name is Tony Hanson from Environmental Solutions. This short video is just going to give you a quick overview of the ESi Operational Environmental Management System, primarily looking at the environmental management system elements of it. So if we start off by looking at the quick start dashboard, from here you can access all of the key elements within the system itself, but we are going to be looking at the environmental management system elements and that primary focus. And the initial stage with any environmental management system is to create that establishment. And this environmental management system, the way we've set it up, will guide you through each of the stages that you need to achieve your environmental management system in its completion. So if we start off looking at the establishment, there are no shortcuts, but it's not rocket science. What we're looking at here is the initial establishment. So the primary elements to get you moving on your environmental management system are the engagement and the involvement of key management and owners. So this starting point is really just to underline that you have everybody wanting to get involved and all the key stakeholders lined up. The environmental committee, we've got documents within the management system which will actually provide you with a guide on that, and also the meetings and a suggested agenda for the first meeting. And as you go through with these various elements within the environmental management system, right the way through to adopting the environmental policy, it is, as the rest of the system, whether you have completed or not. And the system itself works on the basis that with the green boxes, if you complete a project, then you put in a 3. So if we assume here that you've got management involvement right the way through, it gives you a management involvement score, and within the summary of 100%. Similarly, as you go through the process of appointing the environmental committee, however you're going to work that, whether that's going to be with representatives from your playing members, or whether that's going to be management as the key representatives within that meeting. And then you go into the meeting dates. So again, this is just a checklist to make sure that you've actually gone through the process, that your system is established, and that you are complete within your entire system and the establishment. As we move on from there, you're then starting to look at creating the baseline, and that starts to increase a little bit the complexity. Once we go into the baseline assessments, this is when it starts asking you about your property, your buildings, your landscape, and to start putting together site maps to identify the areas of your operation. Primarily, obviously, from this perspective, what we're looking to do is identify potential risks. So it's part of the risk assessment, but it will guide you through with the site mapping and a review of your activities on site, right the way through to identifying pesticides consumed. Part of the operational side of this document will help you go through that process as well. And in a similar vein, energy and water consumption. So this just provides you with an understanding of where you are currently in terms of your impacts on the natural environment and how you're managing and handling your hazardous materials. Waste recycling, procurement, the decisions and the process that you go through with your procurement to look at the possibility of reducing environmental impacts, and finding suppliers that are also like-minded, that have good environmental policies in place, and that their supply chain also represents the same values. Staff training and awareness, obviously key, so that everybody again is aware of what you're trying to do and will help you through that process. And it is surprising with the staff training and awareness, the number of really good ideas that you get from staff, which will actually help you within this process of establishing the system and potentially saving you money. So that gives you a starting point and the initial baseline for where we are, what we're trying to do to establish the environmental management system. The process isn't too onerous. It should be possible to complete these sections from your existing knowledge, so it's not going to cause you to pull in too many new documents, but what it does do is it simply formalizes where you're at. So what I'll be doing over the next few videos is just extending the summary of the environmental management system, outlining how it works, continued improvement points, and for you to start setting benchmarks within that, but then moving on to looking at the legal requirements. So thank you for that, and I will speak to you soon.